Good. How are you?
Good.
You look so pretty.
You're about 15.
No.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Excellent.
You're back with the morning show mysteries, Murder Ever After. Can you tell us a little bit about what Billy is up to this time around?
Yeah, so this is our sixth installment with Morning Show Mysteries, Murder Ever After. They're movies, murder mystery movies that are produced by Al Roker. We all know him as our weatherman, our favorite weatherman, but he also wrote these great novels and turned them into this movie series. And I play Billy Blessings. She is a morning show host, but also she bakes. She's owned a restaurant. She's, looking for love. She's single, childless, unlike me. And she's really cool. She's somebody that's really fun to play.
We see a couple new faces in the morning show mysteries this time around. We even have a new detective. I feel like there's a spark between Billy and him a bit. Do you think Billy is ready for love or trying to seek love with him?
I think Billy is career focused, and so she doesn't always make the right choices, but she puts her career first. So I don't know. This guy there's something going on with him. He definitely has a little spark, and we'll see. He takes himself very seriously, so she might have to loosen him up a little bit. But other than that, it looks like you never know. We'll see what happens.
One of the relationships I admire most in the movies is Billy and her aunt Cassandra. Why do you think is their bond is so tight?
And Cassandra and the actress Karen Robinson is somebody that I feel like I'm like with family when I'm around her. She just is so good at what she does. She's a great actress, but she's also just very warm and effusive when she acts. And so it's really fun to just be in the same space with her. But everybody needs an Aunt Cassandra. Everybody needs that auntie that just tells them the truth and is not trying to, skirt around any issue. So I love the character of Aunt Cassandra. She's like the heart and soul of these mysteries, and somebody, again, I really enjoy working with.
What has been the most memorable moment for you while working on the murder mystery morning show mysteries?
Yeah, it's a tongue twister. I have a hard time saying it. A lot of M's. Probably one of the and then you added two more with memorable moments.
I know.
Probably one of the most memorable moments has to be just working during the pandemic, because we had to shoot, in Canada in a bubble basically. And you really do bond with people when you're trying to keep each other safe. So I found that very soothing, just to be together with people. We all had each other's best interest at heart. So I like that part about it, just the bonding and working together during a tough time for the world.
What has been the biggest takeaway while working on morning show mysteries?
Probably one of the biggest takeaways has been the fact that I didn't realize there really were no other African-American female crime solvers. I mean, we've seen cops, detectives. I mean, I played a detective on 21 Jump Street many, many moons ago. So I feel like we've seen that, but we really haven't seen in the genre of, they say, the Agatha Christie, Murder, She Wrote, Nancy Drew type of genre. We haven't really seen a lot of crime solvers, mystery solvers. So I love the fact that I'm able to do that on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. And, that diversity and inclusion is very important. And so I think that's a great takeaway from this series.
Why do you think morning show mysteries resonates with so many people?
I think it's just the whole concept of the genre, mystery, solving it. Also the interaction that you have with these mysteries. So we do a lot of social media interaction where we're like, oh, here's another clue, and what did you think of that? And so that's always fun. I think it's a sense of community, that we're all trying to solve something together. And then, just lately it's just been, television has given really good content to distract from some other things that have been going on in the world. And so I think people resonate because they like the character of Billy Blessing. She's kind of cool. She's fun to be around. She's nosy, inquisitive, but she's somebody who does get the job done. So For all those reasons, I think the character and the movies have been resonating, and so thankful to be making a sixth installment.
Do you think that you relate to Billy in a way, in some ways?
I relate to Billy in some ways, so I relate to her nosiness. I'm always in somebody's business. That's what happens when you have 4 kids and a husband and a lot of dogs and a big family. But I don't quite relate to being single and childless. I
Mhm.
used to back in the day, but it's fun playing a character that is so different from you in that respect.
We saw you this season on American Housewife. You did a phenomenal job. What was your response to the hearing about the cancellation and not getting another season?
I was really disappointed, more for the cast than myself. I just joined and only did, about a handful of episodes, but I was really pulling for them to have an opportunity to button up their story. Whenever you are on a series for 5 years, you want to be able to go out and button everything up for your viewers. They've been following you, they're loyal, and I just hate it when networks cut you off like that. I mean, all they needed to do was give them 9 more just to say, hey, you know what, or 13 more, just say, then you can write the series out. And just as an actor and as a creative person, you just want to do that for yourself, for your audience. So I was disappointed for the cast, but they had a great run, and I was super excited to be able to work with them for those last episodes.
Um, do you think it's important for shows after 5 seasons to be able to have a final chapter to wrap it up for fans?
Oh, yes. I mean, I did 5 seasons of Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and people are still asking me, what happened? Where'd y'all go? Did you get married? Did you not get married? So I think that is just something that out of courtesy, once you get that far into the storytelling, I think it's important to button it up, just wrap it up, give them a sense of closure, because the audience needs that too.
Mhm. I recently saw that your son RJ got his World Series ring with the LA Dodgers. What was that experience like sharing that moment with him?
Oh, it was so amazing, because this is a kid that was, told when he was 3 years old that he would never do a lot of things. And one of the things they said was he would never have meaningful employment. So to be able to check that off the list, and then to get a World Series ring presented by a bunch of great players who treat him like a little brother, is really special, because RG didn't have many friends growing up. Socializing, making friends was very difficult for him. And so I am so proud of him, so grateful to the Dodgers for hiring inclusively and giving him a shot at a job. And so just super emotional.
Do you have any exciting projects that you're working on?
Well, I'm working on developing more projects for a Hallmark channel. It's, we're getting ready to do our Christmas movies again. And so I'll be doing a couple Christmas movies for them, new movies. I'm really looking forward to doing those. And just, exploring some great options and talking to some really talented people. And hopefully I'll have something to share with everyone soon. But some real exciting content is out there, and looking forward to doing that.
Do you ever see yourself being in the director's seat?
Good question. I've had opportunities, and I think I'm going to leave that to people who got more time than me, because I mean, it's a lot for me just to get to set, make sure I'm ready to go, make sure my family is straight. It's a lot to be a director. I have such admiration for my girlfriends who direct, Regina King, Eva Longoria. Like, these are people that I look up to and go, wow, like, you guys are doing it. But maybe one day. I had the opportunity many years ago. I kind of wish I had taken it on 21 Jump Street, because then I could have gotten into it really early. So I'll never say never, but as of now, I really enjoy the acting and the executive producing, being involved as a producer and having something to say about the content is really gratifying.
Um, there's so much happening in the world every day. How do you remain positive?
Oh, you know what? It is hard, but I just every morning try to set my affirmations every day, set my intention for the day, even if it's just like 5 minutes with a meditation app. And you give yourself 5, 10, 15 minutes just to close your eyes and meditate on what you want to do during the day, how you want to move forward through the world on this day. And, that doesn't mean that things aren't going to go wrong and things don't get crazy. but at least you had that moment to yourself. So I think self-care is key. It doesn't mean you got to go on some expensive retreat or go away from your family. It just means going inward. And for me, that's meditation and mindfulness. So I'm always trying to encourage people around me to do that, especially my kids. I think it's never too early to teach a child how to meditate and how to develop tools to navigate this crazy world.
You've done so much TV and movies. What has been the biggest lesson you learned while working on movies and shows throughout your career?
I would say the biggest lesson is to be professional and always treat people with kindness and compassion, and empathy. Whenever you go onto a set, you're working with sometimes 100, 150 people that are on the crew. And these people go on, to other movies, and they, what did you just work on? Oh, I did a show with Holly Robinson Peete. Oh, how was she? How was that experience? So you want to make those experiences positive, just, because it's a good career move. It's good, makes good sense. But you just want to treat people kindly. And so whenever I see sort of, videos go viral of actors screaming on set, I cannot process it, because I can't imagine. These are people that come to work before you, they leave after you, and they get paid less than you. So you owe it to them as a collaborative effort to be kind and be supportive. Now there's moments where you get frustrated or whatever, but you can't ever let yourself go yelling at crew members, and I just don't do it that way. So that's probably the biggest thing that I think that has kept me really excited and comfortable about going from set to set and working so long. It's been almost 35 years since 21 Jump Street. So that's a long time.
Yes, long time. Yeah. Is there anything you want to say to people that have been fans of your work throughout your career, with your activism and even just supportive of you?
You know what? I would just say thank you. I would say thank you for being supportive. When you've been doing this as long as I have, and you have people who say, I've been following you since this, that, and the other, or how's your kids? Or, it feels like family, it feels like a really big family. And I totally enjoy the interaction with fans. I'm old enough to remember when we just had fan letters, and you had a fan club, but now it's social media and your fans are branded. They got names and hashtags. It's a whole different thing now, but I still feel the support of people who've been riding with me for a long time. I mean, my fans from 21 Jump Street are all grown up and have kids. And so I feel like we've all grown up together in some ways.
Well, thank you so much. I can't wait to see the movie. Hope you have a great day. You look so beautiful. I love you. Love your work. I love following your work. I'm a huge fan of you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for a great interview. You asked some awesome questions.
Where is the buzz? You said was mine.